Hello ladies and gents, welcome on back to SpaceBourne 2. In this episode we're going to build our battle battalion fleet. That's right, we're going to get all of our spaceships and all of our ground combat. We're going to get the vehicles and we're going to get a whole bunch of extra generals. As long as you've been following along, you shouldn't have a problem. Even if you do and you haven't, and this is the first time you're seeing the video, I'll still lay it out easy enough where you can jump right in. So let's get to it. In the last episode, we had put all our resources in and we went out raiding at the very end to build this. Beginnings of our space station. Now you should currently, hopefully, have a whole bunch of resources sitting down here. I ran like, I think 3, maybe 4. But that should be enough for us to get all of the generals that we need. And I'm going to give you a little different advice than what the game says to do. The game says, go start the meeting immediately. You don't want to do that. And the reason for that is that as soon as you start taking over systems, let's get our thing. Okay. All of these start to level up. The systems, so their level, right, 57, that starts leveling. All of these guys start to level up on us, which makes things harder and harder. So my plan is to head on over here, jump into here, get all of our generals and everything set up in this episode, because it's not just the generals, the ground forces. We've got different kinds of vehicles, spaceships, all kinds of stuff. But let's see, what's the first part of this that we need? So you go to the barracks, and we don't have enough money in there. That's easy to fix. Going to trade, let's see. Let's sell 300 of those. That should give us plenty of money. Oh, yes it did. All right, and then our next one here is 8120 15. Cool. Yep. 29 150 22. Ooh, almost out of money again. And we're out of money again. Oh, what do these guys need? 27 and oh, so that makes it real easy. Right. Yep. And what's the last? Oh, no. No, I've got minerals. I can do minerals and swap those around. Go. Now we should be good. All right. Now, what would you buy next? Well, currently, the smartest thing to do here is going to be saving our guys in combat, because as we get deeper and deeper into the game, things are going to get harder and harder. We want to fill this all up, right? So that we don't start losing guys, because then we've got to spend more time going and getting them. And this, I'm not all that sure, because he did not talk all that much about it. The big thing with this was the big change in our combat system. But to get to that, we've got to make sure we've got our factions done. Now, if you're like me, that means now half your thing's empty. On both. Right? Which is fine, because what that means is all we have to do is go back here to mail, start looking at options, right? See what you want to do to get the guys that you want. One of the cool things about this is that if you want to get a lot of soldiers, you also get credit in your character talents for soldier when you go and you do those flying missions in space, which is awesome. So that would be our goal. Now, what we don't want to do is we don't want to start that yet. We just got the basis of our generals going. And we're going to need what? Each one of these is 5, so. So I'm going to need 25 pilots and 25 more soldiers. All right, I'm going to go do that. You guys should do it as well. So pause the video, then come back once you've done it. It's really not that difficult. All we have to do is basically run those mail missions and we'll be good to go. So give me a few and then I'll explain how we're going to set and divide up and bring in all of the various vehicles, because that's next. And real quick, before you go get all those new team members, if you want to train pilots up really quickly that are like soldiers or something else, go over here to training. See, I've already got one here. He's in the pilot selection. So you have to have them available. They can't be on a team. You can be pilot, research, soldier. We're going with pilot. And then let them cook away, as many of them as you want. Come back and check on them in a little while and see where they're at. We'll see where these guys are at when we come back. I won't touch them. I'll leave them there the whole time. So, hold on. Ooh-wee, all right. We finally got those 50 some odd freaking pilots that we needed. And on top of that, I grabbed some other ones around my current levels. So when we go up a few levels and we need more pilots, we can come back and grab these. They'll be nice and easy. Your mail updates on you. So as you're going, if you don't grab the missions at the levels that they're at, you'll get nailed. I mean, it'll be at your current levels. So something to keep in mind that, and it helps keep the rising level of our ship down, the experience for it. But let's see. So the guys that we put in are 11, a 13, and then I threw these two in and it's a 7 and a 14. So wow, okay, so I'm going to pull my guys that have been flying around with me down. And then, let's see, what are the lowest ones? 15s, like 14. Oops. Was he at 13 there? All right, and then throw that soldier guy right there. Okay, so when it comes now to starting to really build our force, it is best to start at the top, oops, with him, and it says upgrade your ship. So we've got different paths depending on how you want to upgrade your ships. Now normally these cost, but I think just because he hasn't got to it, it doesn't right now, which is fine. I have the materials for some of it, but that would really slow the game down if he doesn't find a different way to have these get paid for. But you can see the minimum level is 13 of the pilots. We got drone carriers. And we've got heavy fighters. And then we have a commander. I am going to go with a drone. Now the question is, has he fixed being able to change them back? No, so once you make that choice, that is your choice. Okay, you... Oh, no. All right, the next one in the little group here. I wonder why. That's interesting. His soldier level, well, all of them, their soldier levels have come up with... Interesting, okay. Upgrade ship. And we're going to pull one more of those. Soldier. Now we got another ship. All right. We'll go one more there. And then this next one, we're going to go here, and then we're going to go to a drone nest, which is the bigger version, more powerful version. Top version of drone carriers. So yeah, it's the fastest medium range size ship. Twice range, it's twice that of the drone carriers. The problem though is I think there is a limit on he had it before, a limit on how many of these that you could have. We got a capital ship. And I don't think actually I have anybody that can fly this yet. Yeah, we're not up to 40s. But we'll get there. Like I say, I've really made a point of keeping my ship level down. So I will take one more drone now. There we go. We just had to hit this other one first. All right. So that's 3. That's half of our fleet. So that's 2 big drone carriers and 3 of the smaller ones, which is just what we want. And then we look at soldiers. And oh man, oh yes, we're going mech, baby. We're gonna go 3 mechs and 2 tanks. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't really show you that anywhere until you actually get into the screens for taking things over, but it's all good. Oh, and then I forgot, we need to take and put these guys up here. Oh, I'm 1 short. That's fine. I've got these 4 in reserve, and then, actually, you know what? Which one? Oh, here we go. You. Why don't you come on out? Whoop. There. So we can have one, obviously, we can have one more medium ship, but I think we're good right now. Yeah. All right. So I did run one raid just to see if I could give stuff a little bit more time. Well, I should have enough here to look at some of the other upgrades real quick. So it's a... Ooh. Oh, we almost have enough right there. For the medic. Okay. Alright, I should have enough now. There we go, so you can see what we've got going here. Got our barracks, the medic. Alright. So now is when we are all set. We've got our armies built. Now we start the hard part. Are you sure
this is the right time for this?
Yes. We have finally established our first station. We have a long way to go in building a resistance, but this is a great start.
Indeed, this station is a much-needed victory for us. However, we cannot rest on our laurels. We must remain vigilant and continue to gather more allies to strengthen our cause.
Yeah, let's say that.
That's a good point. But we also need to be careful about resources and make sure we use them efficiently.
I agree with Anchor. Expanding too quickly without a solid plan could lead to waste and setbacks. Let's make a comprehensive plan before taking any action.
Yes, here the most important issue is money and resources. If you can provide these, expanding the station will be a piece of cake.
Yes, gathering resources for the station was very chaotic. It's hard to grow like this. We need a constant flow of resources. We need to have systems in our control to achieve this.
I agree. Expanding our reach and taking control of other solar systems is essential for the success of the Resistance.
I understand your sentiment, but we need to be careful about our next steps. Moving too fast could be dangerous. We need to make sure we have the resources and manpower to sustain it.
Yeah, so this is true. And depending on where you put your station, the one thing we don't want to do is take over our own solar system right now. If you do that, the game is going to send everything after your home base. So the first 3 systems we're going to take over aren't going to be anywhere near us.
Okay. Once you have determined our attack tactics, we can start operations at any time you are ready.
Okay. The meeting is over.
So what it expects now for you to do is conquer 3 systems. And let me check my notes. Yeah, we've already got 3 set up here. And when it comes to setting up what you want to go after, I would suggest looking at your resources and choosing what you're going to do based off of those. Now, if you want to see how I'm going to do it, well, those take a while to beat. And I'm not sure how much even one, I mean, if we can get one into one video or not, because it does take a bit. So, tune in next time. And I will give you guys all the deals on how I set it up, what we do, the new ground combat inside the stations, if it works correctly. Make sure you tune in, and as always, keep your heads down, your warriors of doom up, and I'll see you again real damn soon.